Hey everybody, welcome back. Thanks for joining me again. It's Missy, and I'm making another layout for the Hip Kit Club, and this is my first layout using the 2015 May kits, and there's some of the papers that I'm pulling out to use, and I don't wind up using all of them, but they're the ones that caught my eye right from the beginning. And I'm going to use this paper as my background, and it has pink dots on it, and it's kind of like an ombre. I guess that's what I call it. It starts darker at the top and then it gets lighter at the bottom. And so I'm going to add some mixed media to this, and so I spend some time with my white gesso, and I just cover a lot of the paper with the gesso. And now that it's dry, I'm going to use this beautiful blue Mermaid Lagoon Distress ink that comes in the color kit, and I'm going to use the packaging technique. And I just blot it on to the packaging, spray some water, smush it together, and put it on the paper. It's easy, fast, and I love the random splotches that you get there. And before I put the ink on the plastic again, I want to wipe it off so none of the wet, none of the liquid gets on the ink pad. So every time I put the ink pad to the plastic, I like to wipe it off and start dry. So the blue, right away when you look at it, it looks darker, but as you can see, when you put it on the paper, it dries a little bit lighter. It's really pretty. Now these paint dabbers, you get two of them in the color kits. You get this really pretty green color and a yellow color, and I'm going to use both of them. And this stencil is also a part of the color kit. There's a pack of stencils from American Crafts, and they're all different shapes and patterns, and I really wanted to try this lined one. So I used that with the green. And I just flipped that one over and tried to use it like a stamp there. And I really like the way that turned out. This is another one of the stencils in the pack. It's the little triangles. And with this one, I'm just taking the yellow dabber, and just going over some of those triangles. And these dabbers are really fun. They're quick. You just kind of squeeze it and push down, and there's the paint. It's so easy and fast. I love this yellow. The color, the inks and the paint in this one are really, really bright. So I'm going to use some of those papers that I pulled out to go ahead and create my layers behind my picture. And it's a picture of Reese from a couple years ago, and she's just hanging out in the pool. And I like the colors, and it's really a light, natural looking picture. And so I really think that it's going to go well with all these colors in this kit. There's a lot of pink paisley, there's a lot of chickenity, greens, yellows, oranges, pinks, a lot of citrusy feel to it, and I know that's the Pink Paisley Citrus Bliss collection. There's a lot of that collection in these kits. So I stapled that together, and I did add a little piece of vellum behind my picture, and actually had it just laying on my desk, and it fit perfectly. I didn't have to tear it or anything. Always like to pop dot my picture up to give it some dimensions, so I do that. And now that I've got that set, the rest of it's going to be embellishing. So I get my I think that's 2-inch circle punch, and this is one of the Pink Paisley pattern papers, and those circles are just too fun to not cut out. So I punch several of them out, and I don't wind up using all of them. I definitely want the orange one because I wanted to pull some orange into the page. And I wasn't quite sure where they were going to go, so I just do a lot of, trying this here, trying that there, seeing what I like. I love circles. Circles are always a fun design pattern to go with, and so I decide to put a couple of them down there on the right lower corner to make a little cluster. There's a ton of embellishments in the kits this month. Just so pretty. It's so hard when you get all your kits and you open them up and you spread everything out, and it's like, what do I use first? I just want to use everything, so it's hard to narrow down what to use. So at this point, I decide I need a little more blue coming out of the bottom left of my photo cluster, so I just get out the ink and kind of add a little more to the corners there. Well, when I say corners, I meant the corners of my photo cluster. I really love this blue color. It's just really, it's perfect for summer, spring. Oh my goodness. And if you wanted it darker, don't blot it, but I like to lighten it up a little bit. And so blotting it up helps do that. Now the paint, not going to do as well with the packaging technique because it's paint and it's thicker. So I put it on there and then added some water, and then I just took my finger and kind of used it as a brush. And you can see I'm just kind of dabbing some extra yellow onto the paper instead of using the dabber itself because I wanted it to look kind of watercolory. That's not a word, I just made it up, but you know what I mean, watercolory. So I just used my finger there, and it's a really pretty yellow, and that lime green is just pretty. It's so bright, and it's perfect for these kits because there's a lot of that pretty color in there. So I think I've got my background where I like it. Yes. Oh, nope, I guess not. Let's add some more blue. What am I doing now? Oh yeah, I forgot I added some finger smudges to the bottom. I didn't want to go overboard and do too much, so I used my finger just to add a little bit more of that blue to that cluster down there at the bottom. I just did this yesterday and I'm already forgetting what I did. My brain is fried from National Scrapbooking Day. So I glue that down. I know that's where it's going to go. And then I just sort of play around with some more embellishments. I decide on where I want those circles. And I use these two pink ones. And I don't wind up using that one with the text. I just decided that I didn't want any black or, gray in the mix. That's one of the Chicken-Itty papers, and there's a lot of cut-aparts on it, and I really love these little strips with the sayings on them, and they match perfectly with all these other papers. Kimberly does such a great job of putting these things together. I mean, they just look like they were all from the same collection. I do wind up adding a little pop of this darker blue color. It's really pretty because the saying was great, because she's just hanging out in the pool. Just taking in a lazy day. I love that saying. And some of the other ones, the orange strip, the green strip, and the pink strip. I think I wind up using all of those. So I'm just working on my layers down here. I wind up adding a lot more layering than I thought of embellishments. Sorry if you can hear a machine. Someone is mowing the grove across the street from our house. So you probably can hear that. Lovely. It's a nice day outside, so people are taking advantage of it. I really like the way this cluster came together. I love the pops of all the different colors. I always like to try to echo the colors in my main cluster into my smaller clusters. So there's orange, green, blue, pink, and I want to make sure that all of those colors are in my other smaller clusters, if that makes sense. So I'm just going to build another little side cluster here to the right of my picture, and that is a bunch of chipboard stickers that come with I think in the main kit. I can't remember which one it is. You can check the website to verify which kit it's in, but there's 3 sheets of chipboard stickers from the Pink Paisley Citrus Bliss, and they are so pretty. There's frames, there's hearts, there's words. There's little citrus, lemons and limes and oranges. Just so cute, so cute. And I just kind of go through and pick things that have the sayings on them or the words that I want, but also that have the colors that I want. And I love that little triangle. It's another little ombre piece there. More orange. Sometimes I'm in the mood just for orange, and this layout, to me, it just needed the orange. I just love all these colors together. It's such a bright and summery / springy color scheme. So I add in my thread there, and I keep dropping that, and yeah, you know me and my tantrums. I kept dropping that little piece. So there I go. I was like, stay put, don't move. Thank goodness it was glued down, because if I was going to drop it again, yeah. In the grand scheme of scrapping, it's not that big of a deal, but at the moment, I was in a hurry. I was on a time crunch, and so I wanted to get it down. Now the thread I'm using is a light blue color. It matches that paint really, really nicely. It's hard to see here, but in person you can see it. Now these label sticker sheets came in the Project Life kit, and there's different shades of blue. And I just want to add a little pop of blue, and it's hard to tell because it's such a small bit, but I just layer that sticker in, and I cut it in half so I could use both sides of it. And those enamel word stickers are from Chicken-Itty, and I like the pop of pink there, so I just add you. And I want to add in some more, stamps. Oh yeah, I forgot I used stamps. Now this ink pad is from my stash. It's dried marigold. It's an orange color. And so those hearts didn't turn out as well as I thought because, you know, the distress inks aren't the greatest for stamping. But I like the way it looked. They're kind of messy, and it goes with my messy background. And it gave it a little pop of orange, so I was happy with that. Now I'm going to add in the word love with these pebbles stickers so I can echo in the dark blue color up there. I'm trying to get them straight. I should have used my T-square ruler to draw a little line, but I didn't. And I used my Cameo to cut out the word Friday, and that cut file's from the cut shop. And because this was a Friday, and it was just a happy-go-lucky Friday in the summertime, and so I thought, you know, I'm going to use that for my title. And Embellishing. There's a whole pack of those super adorable wood veneer words, and that one says love this. There's a couple of different ones, and they are so cute. So I'm going to add in my journaling here, and I did use my T-square ruler to draw in some pencil lines so I would make sure that it's straight. And that's pretty much going to wrap it up. I did add in some stitching off camera and some orange color shine splatters, and that's going to wrap it up. That's the final project. I really love how it turned out. You've got to get the color kit. It's really, really pretty this go round, which they always are, but the colors are just awesome. So there's a close-up of the stitching, and here comes some more close-up shots. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope you enjoy your May kits. Visit thehipkitclub.net, and I thank you so much for stopping by, and I will see you guys again next time. Have a great day.